This is Papa Smurf. You're listening to Our Lifestyle, the podcast, with ODB and the Mayor.
Yo, it's Our Lifestyle Podcast, episode 279, coming at you guys here from the Custom Car Show Productions compound, along with Mini Truck Showdown. We've got to thank our title sponsors. You typically hear at the top about those two shows, but basically, Orange Beach Invasion is the next event for the Custom Car Show Production umbrella. We're going to have Lauren on in just a minute to talk a little bit about it. And of course, we've got Mini Truck Showdown going down the first weekend in June. There's a lot of mini truckers that are going to be coming out from California, Arizona. They're going to gallivant on over to Las Vegas, okay? Trust us when we say that this is going to be a huge show. Go on out to a Mini Truck Showdown on Instagram. There's a lot more information there. Mini Truck Showdown, of course, on Facebook. It's technically June 3rd through June 5th. We'll see you out there. Now, on this episode, we're basically going to have Lauren Miller. We'll talk a little bit about OBI, as I had mentioned, because basically that's coming up. For those that don't know, we talk about it pretty much every episode, but basically in 2 weeks. So this episode is dropping on 3/11. You basically have 2 weeks, and then you're at Orange Beach Invasion the 25th, 26th, 27th of March. Okay, so she'll be on. Now, we also have titled this one The Road to Maggie Valley 2022. So I know some of you are thinking, man, that's 6 weeks away. Well, it's the biggest, baddest mini truck show in the country. We partner well with Jason Bell, and we can't thank him and his staff enough. What we want to do is we want to link up with Sean Rose, with Jason Bell, and maybe a few others just to kind of talk about what's going to be forthcoming. This is one of the best shows you'll go to if you're involved in our truck scene, or whether you're a hardcore enthusiast or you're loosely involved or you just liked Mini Truckin Magazine back in the day. This is an event for the whole family. Whether you want to go there to cruise, check out the nightlife, just gallivant around the showgrounds, to get a day or weekend armband in. Maybe you want to go pick up some merchandise, right? That they continue to launch, like the skate decks and things like that. Hey, Maggie Valley, it's the 22nd, 23rd, 24th. That's what the majority of this episode will be about, especially with our guests. So we want to thank Graphics Mafia for the continued support. So this overview is brought to you by Graphics Mafia, GRAPHIX, Mafia.com. They're on Instagram. They're also on Facebook. You can hit up Buddy or Ryan. If you need stickers, maybe you've got an old decal that you want to reproduce. Maybe you need some club stuff, right? Get with them. They'll let you know the deal. They'll take care of you. Often we'll get that shipped pretty quick, or they can gallivant and bring it to a show. So, again, thank you for tuning in, episode 279. If you're new to this episode, maybe you're a friend with Sean Rose, or you know Jay Bell, or you're here because you want to hear Lauren in just a minute. Please follow, subscribe, whatever your podcast app allows you to do. Tap, basically subscribe or follow. And that way you'll be notified. We've done new episodes every week for about 3.25, maybe not. I don't want to say 3.5 years, but it's been about almost 3.5 years every week, every Friday. Free content. Check out our YouTube channel. Lots going on there. I continue to drop new stuff as I do also over on Lincoln Addict, right? So got to get some more episodes going over there, but I have been putting out content steadily on Lincoln Addict YouTube as well. Okay, so I want to jump in now to the audio with Lauren Miller, talk a few minutes about OBI and a few other things she has going on. Let's give her a call and jump in right now. Hey, so as I mentioned, we're going to jump in here a little bit early on this episode, and we're going to talk to Lauren. I want to say Lauren Miller. I can still call you that, right? But you have a new last name.
Yeah. I do have a new last name, but you can always call me Lauren Miller still. I think most people know me as Lauren Miller, so I just kind of stick with it.
Yeah, since the last time we kind of really spoke on OLP, it's, and I'm saying it right, Bentz, right? Bentz?
Yep, kind of like Mercedes-Benz, but
Yeah, I like it.
yeah,
Well,
I do too.
we're so excited for Orange Beach Invasion. Obviously, well-established event, 6th year. I know that you and the Keg Media team, of course, you kind of represent Custom Car Show Productions, right? And then Keg Media in partnership on this one. Talk to us a little bit about the excitement that this is building for this 6th annual event.
So we're super, super excited. We've kind of put all the stops out on this one. I mean, we've went big with our awards this year. We've got about double the vendors. We really, really, really got a bunch of good things coming out. We've kind of worked with Gooch, as Brandon McCoy from Gooch Customs. He's doing some of our best of awards. So we have like 11 huge Marlins that we're bringing out for the best of the best, obviously. Best truck, best car, best of show. And then we also kind of linked up with the Welch's Chop Shop. We're doing 11 best of awards with them as well. And I just posted those on our Facebook account, and they're really, really sick. We kind of took what Greg really, really liked, the color green. He really liked the wooden tiki look. So we kind of talked it over with Josh at Welch's Chop Shop and told him kind of what we wanted, and he nailed it. So we have 11 of those. And then the rest of our awards are going to come from Aftermath Designs. We got some choice awards, and then we have our acrylic top 100 awards. So we definitely went a little bit further than our normal for our best of awards. And then we're going a little bit further with our pre-party that we're excited about.
Yeah, it's so much excitement, with this venue and things like that. There's always a lot to talk about. You mentioned the awards. I believe Creative House, formerly known as Aftermath Designs, he's still in the mix, right? Making a lot of those awesome acrylic pieces.
Yes, so I always say Aftermath Designs because that's where he, started,
yeah.
But I think he's starting to go towards the, creative designs. But yeah, he's doing all of our choice awards. They're going to be, they're very large, pretty much best of, and all the vendors who are on Main Street, they all get a choice award. So they get to choose who their favorite, vehicle is, and they actually get to put that award to them. And then Creative Designs is also doing our top 100, and they're all acrylic as well.
Heck yeah. Love seeing them. And, I always reinforce to folks, we all know we don't go to shows for awards, but it's awesome, Lauren, to see shows like Orange Beach Invasion giving back, right, and reinvesting the money into these awesome awards because, hey, they look great on the mantle, in the man cave, the wool man caves, you name it. But one of the many unique aspects of this event, and Mike and I have often said it's our favorite show because of the venue, okay? There's a lot of different things for the family members, the little ones to do, but I also love the fact that there's no spectator entrance fee. So keep me honest, everybody can kind of come out and enjoy the grounds there in Orange Beach, Alabama, for free.
Right. And it's a perfect venue. You kind of laid it out there. I mean, it's a perfect venue to just kind of bring your family to. I've had so many people just tell me that this show is not just a car show for them. It's an actual family vacation that they bring their family there for, the whole week. It's not just the venue. The venue is a shopping mall, and it's got beautiful palm trees. It's on a bay, so you get a view of the water. It's right there off of Orange Beach, so it's just a very short mile from the beach. But there's so much to do actually at the venue. They have an arcade. There's a huge Ferris wheel that, the kids can go ride on, or you can go ride on. Anybody can go ride on it.
Sure.
They have a movie theater. I mean, they have a spa for, the wifeys.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty much, I know Mike's wife goes there every year. Shannon goes every year. So they literally have something for everybody to do at this venue. It's perfect. You never really have to leave the venue itself.
Yeah, you really don't.
I know that if you're staying on property in either the condo or the hotel that's on property, you actually have access to the water park that's on property as well. So it's pretty awesome. I think they have axe throwing, so even more things to do. That is just awesome for the whole family.
Yeah, our friends over at the Spark Show, they've been trying to get into axe throwing forever. I told them, come on down, and you could do axe throwing there at Orange Beach Invasion. But
yeah, it's awesome.
Another key thing about this year that's a little bit different is it did push out from spring break, which will probably help maybe getting into a restaurant if you do decide to kind of go. We went to a Mexican restaurant last year and it was great. But Orange Beach Invasion 2022, which is brought to you by American Force, it is really bumped out, right, to the last weekend in March.
Yes, we did have to switch it up because of other concerts going on at the Wharf. We usually did it spring break weekend, but really in Orange Beach, I think almost every weekend is spring break down there. So we pushed it to the last weekend of March, which should help us a little bit more, like you said, with restaurants. And they have, I think, like 5 restaurants on property, so it should help us out a little bit with that too. I know they do have a concert the Saturday night of. It's a upcoming country music artist. So Saturday night might be a little busy, but last year we were able to get in some of the restaurants with no problem.
Yeah, absolutely. And the cool thing is, for anybody that hasn't been, I mean, last year every year we start to see folks from like Wisconsin, as far west as California, come out. And what's unique is the atmosphere when the sun starts going down, the Ferris wheel, all the lights light up. It's really a cool, unique opportunity for photos, but also like people are playing corn toss, they're having a cold drink, and they're having a good time. Talk to us a little bit about the aspect of the lighting and things like that are brought out kind of in the evening time, because it looks beautiful there every year.
Oh, yeah. So every evening what they do, I think they run it, I say they run at different times, but because every time that we go there, it changes. But usually at like 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 o'clock, they do an hourly light time show. And what it is they have lights set up all down the strip. So they're on the palm trees. They're like on the building, so they shine down on the lights. So it's literally a lighttime show, and that has music with it, and the lights kind of coincide with the music. It's pretty awesome, and it's a perfect opportunity, like you said, to take pictures. The Ferris wheel is also lit up all night. So if you got, if you're on Main Street and you are able to take pictures around the Ferris wheel, it's awesome. And really no picture on Main Street is a bad picture. I've seen pictures that are, on the side parking spots, and you can still have all the lights, and it is just awesome.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't really get much better than a venue.
Yeah, I agree. And we got to give a huge tip of the cap to Corey Floyd Photography. I'm telling you, just to be able to get a premium spot and be able to have him photograph your car or truck is really like a unique experience. Because I tell you, the one that keeps coming to mind is, Graham. I think he recently sold his dually, but, seeing that Cal Concepts paint there underneath the lights. He does a lot of the kind of the longer exposure, so you get all that blur with the light, and it's really, really neat. So, like I said, it's just another aspect of being able to come down to the south in March, and it's going to be a little bit warmer, as you mentioned, with the dates pushing out. You start thinking about the pools and things like that. It will be a little bit better temp on the water, I'm sure.
Yeah, we've been pretty blessed with getting Corey Floyd out there the past couple of years, because he just takes some awesome nighttime shots. I mean, they don't get much better than Corey Floyd's. And then, Michelle Boone, she comes out and she's just great at taking all the pictures. So I have to give some props to All Time Low, because they do have some amazing photographers. Yeah,
we love All Time Low magazine, and that's a quick break, because we can say go to atlmagazine.com. The new issue has already shipped, and it features Chad Luke on the cover, and we see Michelle Boone out there at so many events. Last year she was out there, kind of hustling, even into the evening time, getting those really cool photos, and she's great people.
Yes, she is. She's always been there for us for any of our shows, so I can't credit her enough. She's been amazing.
Yep, she has. We didn't reinforce, it is a 6th annual event. One unique opportunity this year also is on Friday, so a lot of folks come in early. This is the show to definitely do that. In Friday, keep me honest, there is going to be a pre-party. Talk to us a little bit about Radical Rides and what you guys are doing.
So Radical Rides is a local automotive store that is in Foley, Alabama, not far from the Wharf. We've kind of linked up with them, and we are going to throw a pre-party at their store. It's in Foley, Alabama.
It's probably not that far, right, from the venue?
No, it's. I would say 15 minutes at the most. It's definitely an awesome experience. And the good thing about this pre-party is every single person that has registered for Orange Beach Invasion will get 2 tickets. So one ticket will go to a free plate of barbecue from our boy, CJ Davis, Just a Dabble Do Barbecue. If you've ever had his barbecue at one of our shows, you know that his grilled cheese sandwiches are the bomb. So we've kind of gotten him to help us out with this pre-party. So if you register, you'll get a free ticket for a free plate of barbecue. And then you'll get a free ticket to win $500 cash.
Wow.
So just by registering, you automatically get those two free options for this pre-party. So we definitely want everyone out there. We definitely want to make it big and show some support for Radical Rides, who's been supporting Orange Beach Invasion for us for years.
Yeah, no doubt. We're talking to Lauren Miller. Orange Beach Invasion 2022 is March 25th through the 27th, the last weekend in March. And I did look it up. Radical Rides is about 10 miles, maybe a little bit less if you take a toll road, but basically 9 to 10 miles away. And as Lauren mentioned, you got that unique opportunity to win money, cash, things like that. It's definitely a reason to kind of get over there. And what time would you say that's probably expected to start?
So we're going to start it at 5. We normally close the show about 5, so I know that I'm going to make I'm going to go out there and support them. Yeah, I'm going to beat line down there. And I know in years past, it's probably went on until 11 o'clock at night, but Clint, who's the owner of Radical Rides, he's amazing. Like if people just want to hang out and come, just chill at their store, he is more than happy for the people to come out. So really 5 until it ends. He's amazing. So
excellent. If you search Orange Beach Invasion on Facebook, you're going to see the OBI event itself. Of course, and then you're also going to see, it makes sense now, Orange Beach Invasion Friday night pre-party hosted by Radical Rides with a Z. So get on out there and show the support. Just a couple more things, Lauren, before I ask if there's anything else that you have. So number one, the show shirts. They do need to get there because I know the artwork goes quick. Talk to us about the show shirt, and then if you do want to say anything about this kind of the special edition that I just love that you did.
So me and Robbie kind of got together this year, and it was really Robbie's idea. I really, when Robbie kind of came to me and said, hey, I'd really like to put your dad's 55 Bel Air on the shirt, but I want your support in it. I don't want to do anything that, is going to upset you or your mom. And me and Mom kind of talked about it, and we were like, that'd be a really good way to honor Dad. Dad never really had the 55 on any shirt. So I was like, let's go for it. And then Robbie kind of branched out again. He was like, your dad always had this signature move. He said every time, he was, didn't matter if he was busy, if he was on a golf cart and he was rolling and somebody waved or said, hey, he always had this one, hand move. And when he told me, I knew what he was talking about because I've seen Dad so many times be so busy and just, wave, making sure that person was, acknowledged,
Sure.
But you knew that he was busy. So I told Robbie that, I was fine with it. Robbie, he's a dog person now, but he hasn't always been a dog person like, Dad was. So when Robbie said that he would want to put the wiener dog on there, it kind of stunned me because, like I said, Robbie was never really the dog type. So when he said he wanted to put the wiener dog on there in honor of Dad, I was all for it. So, yeah, and then Fuel Market always does our shirts. And when we pitched the idea to Brandon nailed it. I mean, it couldn't have been a better show or a better show shirt. So when it got put to me, I just broke down in tears because, it was one of those bittersweet things. So this shirt definitely hits home for, all of us, really, me and Mom especially, but definitely hits home for us. And it was something that, we all wanted to do for Dad in honor of Dad. So definitely, if I cry when I'm passing them out, y'all don't say anything. Y'all just ignore me.
We got your back. And speaking of that, I'll just say this. Look, your dad always had our back since day one, and he's such a good dude. So I'll just kind of leave it at that. And I love the memory that you're carrying on the legacy. Of course, with this one, it's awesome. Robbie Bryant has been connected to the scene a long time. He's a former guest. He did my rendering, for those that don't know, on my S10 back in 04-ish. And, of course, he's well established in the scene, and he does very cool stuff. So when Greg and Robbie teamed up on this one, I said, dude, this is fire. 6th annual event, again, last weekend in March. Come on down to Orange Beach, Alabama for Orange Beach Invasion. One other topic, I know it's a little polarizing for some, okay, but A lot of us, your dad and I would talk about this. We've all been in the scene. There's different trends and things like that tend to come and go. With some of these certain kind of vehicles, it kind of brings maybe a different kind of crowd and things like that. And I do know there was a little bit of pressure to kind of say, hey, if you guys want to continue this event, we can't have some of the shenanigans that's going on. So did you want to maybe just speak a little bit about really the effort there to kind of clean up, at least in some people's minds, the type of folks that are going to be coming to the show?
Yeah. So last year, in the past couple years, we've had some problems out of the squatted trucks. It's been something that we've been able to kind of turn an eye to. This past year, the squatted trucks, not only did they destroy property at the wharf, but they also destroyed property all over Orange Beach. And it not only did it leave a bad, taste in the wharf's mouth, but it also left a bad taste in the whole city, the mayor's mouth of our show. Mm-hmm. And they basically, the city told us, if y'all want to continue y'all show, y'all got to clean it up. Y'all have to do something. And they basically told us they did not want these type of trucks back, specifically because of them doing stuff, just kind of the atmosphere and the attitudes and the way they were doing things. So the wharf, the city, and Orange Beach Invasion decided to completely ban all squatted trucks, in the sense in that we know that it's going to be hard to ban them all throughout the city. So the cops are also on board with us. We have hired 6 police officers for our event, and as well as 8 security guards to make sure that that type of behavior, attitude doesn't show up.
Sure.
We're not saying that the squatted trucks can't come and spectate and look around the show. We're not saying that at all, but they cannot enter our show. And if they try to park in the spectator parking lot and have a hangout out there like it's a meet, then the police will be enforced to do what they want to do.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, and, listen, as car and truck people, men and women, and so on, we often, we never want certain genres to be pointed out because we were all younger, we were all in a different place, right? But like you've stated the facts, we have seen activities and things like that just cannot be accepted at any event. And I know, Robbie had made some good posts about it saying, hey, they're banned and that type of thing. And of course, when you tell someone no, they tend to want to rise up or whatnot. But the bottom line is that at any of these events, I've said it before, the show promoters, the folks that are putting, a lot of money to be able to throw an event like this, the cities are never going to accept, destruction and things like that. So please take heed. Don't antagonize these folks and just let them hopefully not even come into town, right? That's the way I look at it.
Right.
So.
And, that's the bad thing is we're not saying that all squatted trucks are bad. We know that there's good kids out there that, they want to go with the trend. We understand that. But unfortunately, the general of them, it's known that they destroy stuff. So, we had to take action. And then, also the city of Orange Beach and the wharf, they look at other shows that these squatted trucks go to and they see, guns being pulled and different things happening. And that's stuff that we don't want to happen at our show.
Absolutely.
So it was just, for the safety of everybody, really, to, ban them. And
Absolutely.
That's another reason why we have so many cops and security is to make sure that these rules are strictly enforced.
Yeah, 100%. Again, we're talking with Lauren about Orange Beach Invasion 2022, brought to you by American Force. If you want to get out of the cold, come on down to the South. You won't even say the dirty South, as we often call it, the South. This is one of the most beautiful cities and venues that you'll attend anywhere in the U.S., hands down. I got to thank Keg Media and Custom Car Show Productions for always coming together on this one. And Lauren, it's always a pleasure. Was there anything else you want to say? And if not, you got to give a huge shout out to your awesome mom.
Yes, I will. No, I think we pretty much covered it all. We're looking forward to it, looking to have a good time, especially at the pre-party. And then Saturday night, we'll have some daiquiris on the strip.
Yeah, for sure. And then your mom and your new husband, you got to shout them out.
Okay, yeah. Tammy does a little bit of work, not much. My husband, he listens to me, complain mostly, but he's a good one, so we'll keep him around too. So shout out to them for always putting up with me and Robbie's crap.
Well, hey, when we saw you at Scraping the Coast last year, we know your mom was handling business, and you were in there doing your damn thing too. And the last thing I'll say is, although this is the next kind of event under the Custom Car Show Productions umbrella, of course, in connection in in connection with Robbie over at Keg Media, but just a few months away. I can't believe we're getting there already to the STC, also known as Scraping the Coast. This event is nearing in on the 20th, right? I think we're getting to like 19 or 20, and I know you guys are.
It's our 20th year anniversary this year, and we are so excited for it.
Yeah, Scraping the Coast on Facebook, scrapingthecoast.com, and we'd like to have you on in the next maybe 4 to 6 weeks to talk all about it, because I know the awards are going to be off the hook. I'm hearing rumblings of the 20th. It's going to be amazing, and we can't wait to come out and show our support. Just a beautiful city.
Yes, we are excited. We're going to roll out everything we got for that one too. We're all excited for the 20th anniversary for it. So
let's do it big. Lauren, thank you so much. Yes. Keep in contact. I can't wait to link up with you again, girl.
Yes, sounds good.
All right, everyone, let's continue this episode and see if we can find where Miggity Mike the Mayor's at. Yo, thank you so much, Lauren, for coming on. We love what Keg and Custom Car Show Productions has done to put on this event for 5 years. Now this is going to be the 6th, basically 2 weekends away. We're super excited. Robbie Bryant, who runs the Orange Beach Invasion Instagram, there's 2, but the Orange Beach Invasion Instagram has about 10,000 followers, and they announced earlier this week, due to the overwhelming response of this year's event, they were proud to say the event is totally sold out. Registrations closed. They were looking for a couple of trucks to be in different vendor showcases, but other than that, it's totally a sellout, and that's amazing for them. Orange Beach Invasion, going to be a great event in Orange Beach, Alabama, like we reinforced. So we're going to kind of get going with the normal show. Now, I know some of you are going, where's Miggity Mike the Mayor? And I will tell you that he has been a little ill this week. And I'm not talking about like ill communications. I'm not talking about Beastie Boys. I do believe he caught a little cold, a little normal bug. My understanding is it's nothing too crazy, but he has been resting, relaxing, all cool, chilling outside. I guess he's not shooting some b-ball. That's my guess. But big ups to the big homie. We'll have to get up with him next week. I know he still hasn't had a chance to come on and talk LST and all the cool stuff we did. But, again, if you check out our YouTube channel, I did post a video gallivanting there, a video kind of part 2 showing all the people that we slapped hands with and met that we were able to take a photo with. And then part 3 was the show coverage. I did something different. I just took all the show coverage, 400 and something photos I took, put those into that video that I produced, and then basically it has some commentary at the end of us driving back home. So check it out on our YouTube channel. All right. So with Miggity Mike the Mayor out this week, what we're going to do is I want to just recap the last episode briefly. I want to thank Tom and Joey for coming on. It was fantastic to link up with them. I love what they're doing. Again, there is a market for these trucks. You know, oftentimes these owners get a little bit older. They don't have the time, the money, the effort. Maybe they have moved on to bigger and better things, and they're looking to move these trucks. And oftentimes you'll have an owner or a potential owner like Tom and Joey that come along and say, hey, we want to be the curators. Like we've seen, Josh Ellis had to look at Kills. We talked to Jeff Goddard. He had purchased that truck. There's a lot of this that happens, right? So I tip my cap to these guys, especially like Tom. It's a big setup process to kind of come into town, jack that truck up, do the full display, kind of the same thing Eddie Gordy's been doing, right? So a lot of hustle in it. And then Joey, of course, with Relax Taco, a huge supporter of what we do, and can't thank him enough. So again, thank you, gents, for sitting down with us. Last episode recap brought to you by Lone Star Throwdown. Although LST 2022 has passed, just know that LST 2023 is going to be here before you know it. Set those calendars on or around August 1st. Pre-registration is scheduled to go live, and you can pre-register for next year, about 2,000 or so, and then boom, they're done. And the first 200 do get the goodie bags. So thank you to Lone Star Throwdown, LoneStarThrowdown.com for more information. So continuing this episode, basically we next got the general updates and not a lot to share here. Basically, like I said, Mike has been a little bit ill. I think he's getting better from what I've heard from Shannon. Relaxing on the ranch. We went there last weekend. We had a blast. Thank you again to the Relaxed Atmosphere family. That chapter puts on a very fun show. It's got kind of a hometown feel. I did hear that the numbers increased from the previous year, which is obviously a good thing. Not sure about if they have any extra show shirts. If they do, they will promote that through the Relax It on the Ranch Instagram and or Facebook event page. But we just had a great time out there, so thank you for the opportunity to DJ and MC, but also just to get the truck community together down there, and it was great in Lake Wales. I also want to thank LCD, or I want to thank LMC from Lowest Common Denominator Podcast, which short is LCD. I didn't get a chance to mention he recently had sent me a smut video camera, okay, to peel in or to reel in, to bring in, rather, some truck smut, some old VHS style tapes, not the big ones, right, but the smaller ones. There were the DVD, there were the DVs and the mini DVs, stuff like that. But I want to just thank him because he was looking out. We were talking about some old footage that we found on YouTube and stuff that he had found, and I was like, yeah, I got some stuff I need to bring in. And he goes, yo, I'm going to send you something, some true truck smut paraphernalia for you to be able to bring that content in. So not going to be able to work on it, in the super near future. Got to kind of balance things out and, figure out when I can get to that. But I want to thank LMC for that. He also had sent me, this was pretty cool, the first issue of Drop Jaw magazine. Okay. So if you guys know me, I love to collect magazines, but he also went through and kind of annotated things with little sticky notes on, hey, this was shot here, this was a certain truck. So I'll kind of go through that in the future on our OLP YouTube page. So make sure you follow OLP on YouTube. So those are kind of the general updates. I want to thank what we're talking about on this episode is Southeast Mini Truckin' Nationals, also known as simply Mini Nats. We're going to be there, as we've been stating on this episode, later in the month of April. It's going to be a damn good time. Although the tickets may be sold out, you can still get in. You can still bring a vehicle into town. Cruise, arguably, that's even more fun. But again, we stay directly across the street from the fairgrounds. We can walk to our motel, and we have a damn good time. So we'll be back up there. And I did mention I'm going to try to get with Jay Bell. I know he's been busy this week, so we'll try to link up with him a little bit later in the show. Next, again, Mike is out. I think he might be ducking us, but we can't do trivia with Mike, so maybe we'll try to get one in with Jay Bell, okay? We do want to say, All Time Low Magazine, they always sponsor us for this segment, and those issues have now shipped. So the Chad Luke cover, Difficult Times, please, please, please go out and check it out. ATLmagazine.com. You can go out there and buy an individual issue. You can also subscribe, but you have to go under atlmagazine.com, select magazines, and you'll see they have a 2022 calendar available. Issue 25, 27, 26, so 25, 26, 27, 28, those are all available. And then issue 29 is the newest issue. They got a great binding on these magazines, and they've continued to reinvest back in their brand. So a little bit more expensive than you would maybe find with a normal magazine, but these are kind of coffee table type magazines that you can leave out, and we love what they're doing. So big ups to the family there, atlmagazine.com. All right, the scene updates. So here's what I got. We kind of go through Facebook and we find some of these. I saw Chris Rollins at Eastbound Get Down. Always loved seeing him. And ironically enough, the intel that I had was that his Isuzu was going to maybe change hands, and it finally clicked and dawned on me at Relax It on the Ranch last weekend that the truck did change hands. The surfboard was not to be seen. I understand that he maybe kept that, but that was big news. We love that Isuzu pup, and big ups to Chris Rollins. Now, not only am I saying that, but I had saved a post from him on March 6th with E. Garcia. And he says, finally able to share these doors that we did a while back for E. Garcia Silverado. Turned out awesome. Of course, hashtag Aftermath. And, dude, totally blown away. Always impressed with Chris's work. And, man, seeing a late model truck, like a Silverado, kind of the new body style. I think it may be kind of early 2000s truck. Dude, insane. Just goes to show you that these late model trucks, the interiors can kind of go to the next level, especially when you go with someone like Chris Rollins for interior. So pretty cool stuff, man. I was super excited to see those photos. I did see our homie Pat Jobin. He is up in Canada, and he tagged Tara, Harvey, and Heather Bell, and he says, if someone sees the groundhog, can you blow her, to Kingdom Come? F Snow Day, we will be Mini Trucker Snowbird. So, pretty cool stuff, but I don't know anything about it. I mean, so much snow up to past maybe 3/4 of his shop there, kind of looking like his garage. So, dude, totally insane. I don't know how he does it, but I wanted to mention that. We also saw Shane Schlack down there with the Toyota. He picked up one of the top 25 awards, and he had posted that he had a good time. I always love seeing his truck out there. It looked great with that topper. Man, that truck is so iconic. Just real classic. And, man, I would never sell that one if it was mine. I want to thank, so Chuck Healy, Redbeard, I did a deal with him, and I appreciate him looking out. I also got to thank Chaz for looking out, because Chaz, recent guest, Chaz Nichols, he had tagged me, and I've always wanted to own just even one issue of Bagged Mini Truckin' from Down Under. Bagged, Bagged, was a magazine from Australia, and they had, I think it was 13 issues. So I had bought into some of those, and I'll be bringing that in the future to our Lifestyle Podcast YouTube page. So, I was out there earlier this week, and it was my wedding anniversary, believe it or not, and I was out there digging for issues, looking for photos, looking for stuff, and it dawned on me that I have so many magazines going back to the 70s with Truckin, 80s, of course, plenty of 90s, many different eras of different editors and things like that, and it made me think that even if I just stopped collecting, I'd be able to have content probably for 5 years. I mean, if you really think about, so many pages in those magazines, and there's so much good content, and, you jump to street trucks, and, we're past, we're around 265 to 270th issue, which is amazing to me. And I just thank everyone for always looking out, because I love this stuff, and my goal is to one day have all of the Truckins I own, of course, Mini Truckin', Street Trucks, Bagged Magazine, you name it, All Time Low Magazine, for these to be shared kind of through our YouTube channel, right? We've had a lot of folks come back and say, hey, man, my truck was in this issue. That was my dad's truck. Had a guy recently mention through the flip-throughs that, hey, I was the guy, Slammer or something like that, that wrote that was my letter that the editor published in that issue. So, I mean, dude, just a super small world. So, although, right now we're not getting crazy millions of views, it is, it's that slow and steady pace to chug away a little bit at a time, and slowly, we got to 1,000 subscribers there on YouTube. Now we're past that, and we just got to keep putting out content. And my suggestion to you would be do the same. Put out content if that's what you want to do, and that's the way you're going to grow. So wanted to kind of mention that. So Chuck Healy, his Instagram, his main, I think, individual is NC4 Life Crew Cab, all spelled out except for the number 4, NC4 Life Crew Cab, and very cool stuff. He, as you know, we've had him on before. He's our plug for Custom Trucks Mag from Japan. And I recently picked up a couple of those from him, and I couldn't be more thankful for him always looking out. He actually gallivanted over to Lone Star Throwdown, and he brought 2 issues for me to pick up there on site. Kind of saved me on the shipping, but gave me something to thumb through on the way home. So certainly appreciate him always looking out. The last thing I'll say is I thought it was pretty cool that Dave Schulman, his wife, Riza, she had brought out, although I think she would argue that it's her ride, but she brought out the Sequoia last weekend. So although Dave had gallivanted on up to Detroit Autorama, get some ideas and just kind of hang up there for that famed show, they were still supporting the Florida show. And I thought that was just really cool. We did a reels of the Sequoia. So check it out on our Lifestyle Podcast Instagram and let us know what you think. Leave a comment. We appreciate that. Those are all of the scene updates for this week at least. I'm sure we missed some things, but we want to thank Garage Gear Clothing for the continued support. They have free shipping, if you haven't heard, at garagegearclothing.com in the U.S. They have shirts for ladies, children, different kinds of shirts like Apaches. They have a Chevelle Muscle Car shirt now, and so much more. Please check it out if you're looking for something different, maybe as a holiday gift or as a birthday gift. Hit up garagegearclothing.com. All right, from a key show perspective, really want to hit on this, right? So our title sponsor, Mini Truck Showdown, I mentioned it earlier, but their next event is going to be the 3rd, 4th, and 5th in June, okay? So I know you're going, hey, why'd you skip ahead? Title sponsor in Vegas, Mini Truck Showdown, Facebook, Instagram. You can find more information. I will be there. I am going to fly out. I'm going to take that Friday off, and I'm going to fly out possibly like late Thursday. I have to kind of see how it works out, but we want to thank Corey and team for what they do and sponsoring us, but also what they've been able to pull together the last couple years and the move that they made to Vegas. It's really awesome, so we're super excited for that. Now, this weekend, I know it's a little short notice, but the 11th, 12th, and 13th, the homie hit me up, and Lakeside Showdown's going down. If you're anywhere near Meridian, Mississippi, hit them up, Lakeside Showdown, Facebook for more information. You basically have OBI, which we talked to Lauren about earlier, the 25th, 26th, 27th. Now, Altered Metal is also that same weekend, so if for whatever reason you can't get to OBI, of course, Rainy, Louisiana, Altered Metal shows going down. That is on our digital show calendar, and we had them on to talk about that in the past. The following weekend, we got to give a huge shout-out to David and Kim DeCorver, Sparks in the Park. Listen, this is the Florida show. It may seem like it's a different state, but the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of April is going to be Sparks in the Park, and that's in Niceville, Florida. Now, it is in the Panhandle. I've been the last 2 years, and I have had an absolute blast. These folks, they go everywhere. So please, if you can, get out to Sparks in the Park. We would really appreciate you getting out to support those folks. From there, we got Mini Nats, so we'll talk to Jay Bell hopefully in a little bit. That's going to be about 3 weeks after Sparks in the Park, so that 22nd through the 24th. Looking at the calendar, I think I'm going to stop there. Other than, I got to mention Relaxing in the Park. That's going to be May 20th, 21st, and 22nd. We recently had DJ Mays on to talk about it, and what you want to know here is it is in Festus, Missouri, and they're on Facebook, they're on Instagram, Relaxing in the Park, an amazing event. They've obviously went through a lot of challenges the past few years with floods and the pandemic. If you can, get out there. It's the 20th, 21st, and 22nd of May. All right, so that's all I'm going to share there from a key show update perspective. We want to thank Radar, who I talked to recently at the West Coast Influence. You can visit minitruckfilm.com and purchase the West Coast Influence. There's a few shirts kind of scattered out on the website. There's a couple of custom die casts, but there's also that Blu-ray or DVD that you can pick up and check it out, right? It gives you the insight into how Mini Truckin kind of got to where it is, which a big part of that is due to the West Coast Influence. All right, next, we got the Our Lifestyle Podcast update. So here's what the OLP updates are for this week. Okay, we did extend the pre-sale for the G.I. Joe OBS Real American Hero shirt. We did that because there was overwhelming response, right? So we got a bunch more orders in. We appreciate everyone doing that. So we've now, by the time you're hearing this, we've paid Graphic Disorder, and those are now in queue to print. As soon as they print and we receive them, then we ship them out. What we will do is in the Airhead Nation group, we'll post updates once we get the shipping confirmation from Brant. That way, you guys kind of know what to expect. It takes a couple days to get to Naples. Mike and Shannon bag and tag, and then they mail out. You will receive an email with the shipping information. So, more to come, but thank you to all of those that supported. We didn't order a lot of extra this time, but there are a few. If you want to go on ourlifestylepodcast.com, you can order that famed shirt that ties into an OBS truck and also my love for G.I. Joe and the artist that did all of the box artwork who recently passed away in the last couple years. I think it was April 2020. From there, I think I'm going to keep all of the other updates to next week. If there's any new reviews through Apple Podcasts, we'll read those then. Please, if you haven't, go into the Apple Podcast app. If you're on an iPhone, tap on Library, select OLP, scroll down, and tap the 5 stars. We appreciate that. All right, the Airhead Nation updates. I do have a couple. So this one was one that I haven't mentioned yet, but Josh Ellis did post on March 7th, and he basically gave a tribute to his mom. He says, "My mind knows you're in a better place, Mom, where there's no pain." And she unfortunately passed away on February 17th of 2022. And I know Josh has kind of been going through a lot. And much love and respect to Lena K. Carney, I believe is how you say her full name. And rest in peace to Josh's mom. On a little bit lighter note, Bob Grant had posted March 5th, 5 years sober today. Thank you for everyone's support. It's amazing. I've seen folks like Bob, Dave Schulman, Eminem, King Crooked, some rap guys as well, that have chosen the sober life, and I give them all the credit because, everybody has things we have to work on, but these folks that have been sober for so long, I give them all the credit because these folks that have been sober for so long has showed their faith, and I know even Bob Hayes, right, falls into that, and there's so many others, but, we should start doing that on the podcast more, celebrating folks that have chosen sobriety to better themselves, their health, their family situations, whatever. But big congrats, Bob Grant. And lastly, I did want to say Michael Ellard, speaking about Australia earlier with Bagged Magazine, he's one of our severed brothers, and he had posted just a couple of days ago, what a nightmare. We are safe and flooded in our island, but feeling bad for everyone nearby. Hopefully that's the last of it. And the photos that he posted in Australia, just mind-blowing how much flooding is going on where they're at. So much love, much respect, and hopefully everything works out, guys. All right, so the last guest that we have, so basically we did some audio with Sean Rose. We're going to link up hopefully with Jason Bell, and if not, we are going to link up with Tony Moore, and we'll talk a little bit about the VIP experience. So I know some of you are going, hey, Road to Maggie Valley 2022, what's the deal with the VIP experience between the brands that you guys have been doing? I will talk about that with Tony Moore to kind of give additional information. It's not that difficult. You come by, you support one of the brands with a purchase. Minimum purchase of $25 gets you 1 badge. If you make a purchase of $50 and you ask, you'll get 2 badges, right? It's that simple. And then you can come back. We've got a meal that we'll provide, some drinks, some entertainment, some photo opportunities. It's just a good overall vibe. So stick with us here for a little bit longer, and thank you guys so much for coming back and always listening and sticking with us to the end. I think that's it. Let's roll into the audio from our guest. Stay on the rise. We got you. Yo, so with the normal kind of show out of the way, we're going to jump in here to a couple of the guests that I want to give a call to. So I'm going to call Sean Rose now from Spreading the Love. And I want to talk to him because he has been a part of our VIP experience for the Mini Nats VIP party. and he's got some cool stuff you want to share. And plus, I just want to link back up with him, dude. He's always doing some cool things, and I've noticed recently that he's been out there, teaching kids, and he's just got a lot of good stuff going on. So let's check in with the big homie. Yo, so as I mentioned here earlier, the road to Maggie Valley 2022, very excited as we always are to link out with Sean Rose, and I just got to ask you, how you doing, brother?
Oh man, it's been busy. I really thought that fall and winter was going to come around and it was going to get slower, but been pretty occupied the last few months.
Oh yeah, we always hear over the course of our lives, you kind of get what you put in, right? You get back what you put in, and you've been putting in a lot of work. You've been doing a lot of great things. I just want to congratulate you. I haven't had a chance to really chat, but you were one of our 2 contributors of the year from OLP, you and David Magotti, one of your good buddies. So congratulations, man.
We both, I could speak for David on this. We both truly appreciate the recognition. It's nothing that we look for, but just to have support from our peers like you guys, and to have that acknowledgement, it does make us feel good for what we're doing, and we're going to continue to do. But thank you guys for the awards. We truly do appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. And just to piggyback off that for a minute, we've been kind of preaching this whole thing lately, bury the beefs, get out there, slap hands, if you can, if there's someone you maybe don't see eye to eye with, that's something that, I just want to let you know that we've been doing our best to do that. I know I talked to Josh Ellis last year at Mini Nats, and, we just think like with forces like you and David, the positivity that you guys are bringing, it just makes me kind of reinforce that, hey, man, 99% of what we do is all positive. So, we're trying to weed out any negativity even on our part, right? So I just wanted to say that because, again, you're a positive force in this scene, and we feed off of that as well. You know what I mean?
No, I truly appreciate that. It's just, with everything that's been going on in my life for the last 2 years, I don't want to be the only one that, good things happen to.
Sure.
Opportunities happen to. I want to be able to, give those same opportunities to the next person. And if someone's going through a hard time, like with what we do is spreading the love, just to make their situation easier. That's all we try to do for, is just to give them some relief. So
yeah, no doubt about it. And speaking of that, with this episode, The Road to Maggie Valley, we got kind of a jump on it this year, about 6 weeks out or so. We're excited to descend upon Maggie Valley, North Carolina. As you know, it's the weekend of April 22nd through the 24th, and arguably the biggest, baddest mini truck show in the world. You have partnered with, the team. Jason Bell and staff allows us to do this VIP party. This year it's going to be from, I think, 4:30 to 6:30-ish, right around there, to kind of give people time to peel away, then go do the cruise. But I know, like, you kind of have, from what I've heard, a little bit of, like, some good news. So anything that you want to hint upon, man?
Well, the young lady that we're going to be helping this year is, her name's Ashley Herman. Her husband, Ryan Herman, is a petitioning NC member. Now, the whole reason why we found out about their story, when I was on my way to Mittler Brothers to record a episode with them,
mm-hmm.
and Jamie Jordan, I was about an hour out there in Missouri, and I looked at my phone, and I have a message from David DeCorver. Now I know DeCorver doesn't want the call out, but I'm gonna say his name.
There you go.
He was the reason why we found out about Ashley and her family, and he asked, "Hey, brother, what can I do to get them on the list or nominate them? How do you guys do this?" And I told him what I was up to, that I was on my way to Mittler, and just to give me a day or two to kind of get back home and, actually be able to sit down and have a phone conversation with them. But I just told them, give me their name, situation, any information that they want to share, and we'll go from there.
Oh, yeah.
So Ashley Herman is the young lady that will be helping this year at Mini Nats. I've tagged her in a few posts already. With that being said, she's currently trying to get through her first set of chemo treatments. And then once the first set's done, she's going to go to do surgery. So she's in the middle of the fight right now. So Everything that we do for Mini Nats, if there's anybody out there that wants to get a hold of me, David, or Jason Bell, if you have any item, anything you want to, auction off. The thing is, there's two sides of this. Of course, you're helping out someone in need. But if you have a business that you want to showcase your work, showcase, what your skill set is, that's what we want to do. We want to help people get some exposure too. If you bead roll or pinstripe or anything, we want people to be able to see your work and help you out in that way. So
excellent. Yeah, because there's a lot of media coverage. Typically, Street Trucks is going to maybe be their all-time low, and then you never know who will be streaming, possibly Street Trucks and things like that.
Exactly, and just to have the opportunity for everybody that's involved. Because I tell you what, I stumbled upon another podcast episode, and it had Fatty B on it.
Oh,
they did they did a recap, and I had no clue what this. All it said was Southeast Mini Nats recap on it.
Right.
So I'm just listening to it, and they start talking about the auction, not expecting it at all. And Fatty B starts talking about his canvas painting, and the way his voice sounded, and taking so much pride in being a part of what we're doing, like that meant the world to me. Like I didn't even know how to feel when he started talking about the auction. So for people to be excited to join us and help somebody in need, it's an awesome feeling. So just to hear that out of nowhere, one day I stumbled upon the episode that was just it was a good moment. But
heck yeah. Yeah, and I want to give a quick shout out to, it was possibly, I'm going back in my memory, but it was probably Coffee and Brats with Diener, who's our good homie. And I know I always give him a hard time because I want him to produce more episodes because I always enjoy theirs. They did a good job. That one, I think, was from like mid-2021. They recapped, as you pointed out, Mini Nats last year, but always loved their show, Coffee and Brats. But very cool stuff, man, that you got a chance to listen to that one.
Yeah, no, I wasn't expecting it, and then to hear how much pride he was taking in it, man, I was smiling. It was a good moment. But
yeah, and as you recall, last year there was a lot of money raised at Mini Nats. I mean, it's mind blowing that the folks will do this, and this is another reason why we wanted to do kind of a lead up about 6 weeks out, because there are so many people in that region that travel in that we're willing to help.
Yes, and it's from all over the country, all kinds of different items. Anthony Cobb is working on a one-off Mini Nats CNC cutout. It's going to have it. He's already sending us pictures. It has it's going to be airbrush, candy paint. We actually have our first ever Rose Metalworks Award and Spread the Love Award, which is going to be made by Anthony Cobb.
Nice.
Those are going to mean a lot to me because they're the first ever.
Sure. So that's awesome. And briefly, if you can, talk to us. I know you were anxious to tell us about Ashley Herman and Ryan and their situation. So thanks again for kind of putting that out there. But you seem to have forged a great relationship with Mittler Brothers, right? And how as you kind of a younger cat coming up, with all due respect, I mean, you probably look at a Jamie Jordan type guy and go, wow, like this guy has like really made it, right? So talk to us a little bit about that unique experience you've had.
Now, it was right after Halloween. I was just thinking about the next show season coming up and thinking, what can I do differently for spreading the love at Mini Nats this year? And I had come up with a idea, which we'll touch upon after all this. And I had reached back out to Jamie. Jamie and I have, we've gotten closer over the last couple of years. And I go, hey, man, I need your feedback on this idea. And he told me what he thought. He's like, man, I absolutely love it. But then he proceeded to ask me, why don't you come down to Mittler Brothers? We need to record something. And, I'm thinking, what are we going to record? And he asked me something else. He goes, what would it take for you to work PRI this year with us? You could demo and bead roll whatever you want in front of the crowd. I go, I'll make that all work. You tell me the dates, I'll make it all work. So what we ended up doing at Mittler Brothers, it's a series called Between Two Bead Rollers. And they're going to release the third episode here shortly. But the first episode was me and Jamie. And I had the opportunity to talk about spreading the love, why I got into bead rolling, why I like doing panels and raising money with the panels. And it was a great experience. It was my first opportunity to meet Paul Mittler, who's the owner. I met a bunch of employees. A lot of people knew who I was before I even said anything, which was kind of surreal.
That's great. That's awesome.
So everybody was excited, and a lot of those people got to watch the episode, and they really respect what we're doing. They hear about what we do at our shows, and it just blows them away. So we we did that. I was out in Missouri for about a day, and it's about a month later we did PRI, and PRI was Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So I told Jamie I can make Friday and Saturday work. So I worked the event those 2 days. Got to meet so many new people. Didn't realize how much I'd enjoy myself at a trade show. I've never been to PRI. And even got to see DJ Mays and Dom. They stopped by the Mittler Brothers booth.
That's awesome.
Yeah. He just rolled up. We talked for a few minutes. Actually mentioned him about the idea that I talked to Jamie about. So DJ Mays already knows what I'm talking about. But yeah, we did it the 2 days, and I wanted to bring an artwork piece.
Mm-hmm.
And I brought like 3 different pieces, and Jamie's like, we might not have room for everything. So if you want to pick one to for sure take into the trade show, just let me know which one it is, and we'll keep an eye on it, make sure it doesn't get messed up. So before Eastbound Get Down, I took the Memorial Award, which I'm sure you saw at Eastbound Get Down that I made for Greg.
Yes.
I took that with me to PRI. I had it mounted on the corner of the booth. Man, I can't tell you the way it felt to have people around me watch me bead roll, ask me questions, and then to look in the corner of my eyes, seeing people pointing at the award and just saying, "Oh, that's badass," and "That's awesome." And I even got to tell people about you guys, about Greg, about Jason Bell, and what we do. And I felt in that those whole 2 days that Greg was looking down and he was smiling.
Yeah,
he
giving the thumbs up.
Yeah, so it was just a great experience, and I couldn't have brought enough stickers, business cards. They were just it was a great time. But yeah, at the end of the event, of course I'm saying goodbye to Jamie and Paul Mittler, and I just thanked them for the experience, and they told me, we want you back next year.
Awesome, dude.
And I looked at Paul. I go, if there's anything that I can be a part of from here, I would genuinely appreciate the opportunity. And Paul goes, why don't you put together your show schedule and we'll go from there. So about a month after I left PRI, I sent the everything that I'm doing, the school visits, the shows, sent them all in. So if anybody hasn't already noticed, Rose Metalworks is now an official dealer for Mittler Brothers Tools.
Awesome, dude.
And I can't thank everybody enough to have all the promoters as support and to have an opportunity to get my name out there. It's all because of you guys. I could post stuff all day long, but actually having interaction with everybody at the events, getting to know people, on a different level, that's what's given me this opportunity, and I can't thank everybody enough. But with that being said, if there's anybody out there, and this, I really try to emphasize on this, it's not just bead rollers. Anything that Mittler Brothers sells, website, catalog, if you go through us, we can help you with your order and possibly get you some money off your order. Now, the great part is, and this is, I'm going to refer to our buddy Chad Luke, being in the position to actually help people find what they need for their projects. Some people are just doing structural work. Some people want to do the artwork. And to be in the position to be able to say, hey, you need this roller, or you need this set of dies, it's a good feeling. And I just want to keep doing it and just let it grow, because, being a dealer, it's actually having me network with a lot of other people. And I'm getting to know more people in the mini truck scene, other people outside the scene. And I just feel like this is what's best for us right now. So Yeah, if you have any inquiries on any machine, any dies, contact us. We have our Facebook page, Instagram page, and then Rose Metal Works email as well.
Yeah, Rose Metal Works on, just if you Google that, you're going to see. And what's cool is like Jamie Jordan, if you Google Jamie Jordan Mittler Brothers as an example, like, it pulls up his signature series, and obviously he's grown and he has that great relationship with them. But, to me, all that success, I know you're one to always give credit, but I give credit to people like you. It's the hustle, it's the determination. We see on your Instagram and Facebook, the post where you've been going to high schools and things. And can you just kind of give us a brief overview? I mean, I remember being in high school and sometimes you'd have people come in, but how does that work? Are you going in there to like a shop, if there is still a shop in some of these high schools and teaching people like, hey, it's not that hard, you can try. These are some of the tips.
Now, the school that I've gone to, I'm actually going to return to the week of mini nats.
Wow.
This is the same school that Jason Bell's wife works at, and Bruce, they call him Suds.
Mm-hmm.
He's a part of the mini nats crew. He's the one that approached me.
Awesome.
And they actually have the same exact machine as me, and that's what led him to ask me to teach him how to do something, and that's where I told him I'll just come out. And for them to have the same exact machine, we went after the Spark Show in August. I had both machines facing each other. We had 50 kids total, and it was crazy, Jay. So I'd have about 14 to like 16 kids in each period.
Mm-hmm.
And the first 2 or 4, they would be listening to me, trying to, run their panel and everything. And it happened every time we had 3 separate classes. It happened to where those first 2 or 4 were teaching the kids at the end of the class. So I was just, I was just standing back smiling. And Jason Bowe actually came with me that day.
Uh-huh.
And I remember looking up, and I see Jason and Sarah smiling at me, and I kind of just grinned. And I think it was the second period when this happened. So the second period leaves. I look up at him, and Sarah goes, "You missed your calling." I'm like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "You should have been a teacher."
Right, and now you're kind of getting into that.
Yeah, and then she walks away. I look at Jason. I'm like, "So how many years has she been a teacher?" But just to be around them, being around their family, they treat me like family, and it's just been a great opportunity. We had the local newspaper there. They did an amazing video. I got a lot of nice pictures, and when they did it without me even asking, and I told them this is perfect for us because it gives us a good example for any other schools or trade schools, colleges, whatever. Any shop that reaches out to us, this is like the perfect clip to show them we can give you guys this with our visit. So it was just a great time. But
yeah,
we'll be returning to that school. We're gonna do structural work this time. Like in August, it was artwork. We did aluminum pieces. This year, I'm bringing the love back up there. I'm going to show them what I've been working on with my truck, and I'm going to teach kids how to do structural panels.
Awesome. Yeah, it's great to see the progression. And, I was in training for several years, many years ago, and it's about the knowledge transfer, right? It's being able to teach someone, hey, this is how you do it, kind of follow the instruction, and you see them, and then when the light kind of goes off, and you're like, wow, they're getting it, right? So it is an amazing feeling. People can hit you up on Facebook, Instagram, Rose Metal Works with an S, just how it sounds. You can send a DM. Around this time is my wedding anniversary every year, and I'd imagine the requests that you continue to get, I'm sure you're getting hit up by maybe a show promoter like Mike Murray and John, for Eastbound Get Down, but you also probably are getting other unique requests, right, for a piece that maybe that someone wants to give a loved one.
Exactly. I get a lot of one-off pieces and just a lot of requests. The only issue that I've had in the last few months is I've had to pretty much just put a pause on that just so I can get stuff done on my truck. Mm-hmm. And we didn't really start off the year very strong. The HD that I had purchased who actually got in an accident.
Yeah, I saw
So
that. I wanted to say I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah, it's been hard to like keep hitting the truck every night, especially when it's just me and my son.
Yep.
But I'm just going to get done what I can get done. The whole plan from now is probably just to show off our metalwork.
Mm-hmm.
Highly doubt I'll be able to drive it at the show, but I'm blessed to be a part of all this and have an opportunity to show off my work. And that's the cool part, because for the longest time everybody just saw my artwork. They didn't see me, build anything on a vehicle. So I think a lot of people they're happy to see me actually work on the truck and see structural panels. But
yeah, we're talking with Sean Rose from Rose Metalworks. It's easy. It's Rose Metalworks, just how it sounds, at yahoo.com. If you do want to contact him, maybe about scheduling or booking something for your show down in the future. I wanted to pivot for a minute and talk about, I believe, later this week. Now, this one drops on 3/11. But I believe my sources are telling me that maybe later in that day you could have something that you might announce.
Yeah, and I gave you the heads up. So anybody that's listening to OLP is going to hear it first. When I reached out to Jamie, this is what the feedback was for. So I wanted to do something different this year. So many people have been so generous the last two mini nats and have, donated money, all kinds of things. And I thought to myself, what can I do to give back to that community that's been supporting us? But how can I do that and still raise money? So our big announcement is we are going to be raffling off a Mittler Brothers bead roller at Mini Nat.
Yes, dude. Awesome.
This machine is the same exact machine that I use, same exact machine Jamie Jordan uses. It's going to be a 3-foot machine. It's going to have both adjustable collars that people have seen me use and talk about. It's a industrial motor, so you have the TIG style pedal and you have the speed knob on the motor, so you can actually get real comfortable with how you're working. And then it will come with a stand. Now, we've all agreed on, me, Jason, and David McGotti, we're going to do $20 tickets. All money raised off this roller is going to go towards Ashley and her family. This is our way of saying thank you for supporting what we do. We don't want people to just keep donating and not have a chance to win something special. With everything that I've done the last few months with Mittler, I felt like this is the perfect thing to do. Give back a way that someone can grow their business. Someone can finally get the machine that they wanted for their shop. But yeah, it's going to be $20 tickets. You have to be in attendance to win. But with that being said, if you're not going to mini nats and you really want this roller and your buddy's going to mini nats, you better tell him to buy some tickets.
Right, give him some money, right? Like when your friend goes to Vegas, you go, hey, put it all in black or red. Yeah. Hank does that all the time, and we just keep the money, because we're not gamblers. But in all seriousness, what's cool is when they come to mini nats, right? Jason Bell and team, they have that amazing stage, and they do their segment of some of the money that they're raising and things like that. With this one, they can obviously, there's going to be more information coming, but they'll essentially at the show, let's say they want 5 tickets, boom, $100. They get their 5 tickets, then they just have to be there during the award ceremony. Whatever tickets pulled, then boom.
Yeah, we've been considering it. More than likely, we're going to announce the winner either before or after the auction.
Okay, great.
So that way everybody can come together, give a chance to see some of the other work that was done.
Good.
But with that being said, David's going to help me with tickets, and I'm just going to put it out there right now. If you guys can reach out to me now and get your tickets taken care of just in case.
Okay, good.
I'll put up, all the information in the post at the end of this week, or technically today.
Yeah.
And I'll have everything to where you guys can get a hold of us. But yeah, it's going to be $20 tickets, and then more than likely it's going to be around the auction when we announce it. So you'll be able to see the bead roller. I'll have my personal bead roller there, and you'll be able to check out the machine.
Yeah, we're talking retail value on these. I know like the 24 and the 36, they range just over $3K for the normal retail value. So we're talking $3,000 to $3,500 or so for this
Yeah,
machine.
if you went off of one ticket, you're really not even very. It's just that's a dollar in the bucket.
Yep,
pretty
exactly. Much. Yeah, and it's going for a good cause, and it's
yeah,
that's amazing stuff.
And that's the way I want to spin it. Regardless, the most important thing is you're helping somebody in need, and then on top of it, you have a chance of winning something that could, build your brand or give you another hobby to follow. So,
oh yeah,
I felt that the bead roller was the best idea, and we'd love to have this be successful and possibly continue to do it or build off of it. So, but yeah, this is just my way with Jason Bell and Dave McGaudy. We want everybody to feel appreciated and supported by us too for everything that you guys have donated the last couple of years. And that's why we're doing this.
Yeah, good stuff. Come on out. Join us in Maggie Valley, North Carolina. Many of you listeners are going to be there, so stay for this. Earlier, I talked a little bit about the VIP experience, and it's real simple. They just have to come by one of the booths and make a purchase, Hammered Weekend Wear, Asphalt Army, or OLP. We're going to have limited bands and our VIP tickets, and basically, they're people are going to buy a shirt anyway, so they come by right when you get in there on Friday. You come by, you get your VIP pass, and then on Saturday from 4:30 to 6:30ish, right? Again, just giving everyone time if they want to peel away. It's gonna be going down, right? And I know last year you were answering a lot of questions, photo opportunities. DJ Mays is there, and then of course we feed everyone too. So that 25 really, if you spend that and you get one ticket, and then you spend another 25, and now you have two, you're getting fed. You're getting this VIP experience, lots of photo ops. But again, you had a great time last year as well.
Right. And this year, for Dave McGaudy and I, with everything this is another way we're Spreading the Love is actually going to donate for the food as well. That's our way. It's our way of saying thank you. So we just want everybody to enjoy themselves and just have some fun. I would like to say I can do some giveaway panels, but just with everything that's going on, yep. I can't promise that this year.
Yep.
But hopefully next year we can get back to that same concept.
Oh yeah, it's going to be great. Again, Maggie Valley, North Carolina, the April 22nd through the 24th. It's going down. You have Asphalt Army, Hammered Weekend Wear, OLP, Rose Metal Works, Malloy's Barbecue. DJ Mays, all of these different folks are coming together. Some of us are buying drinks, some of us are taking care of the food, others got the bands, the VIP passes. That's the keepsake that you get. DJ Mays will be there with Diggity Dom, and it's just going to be a great time. And I tell you, we are getting ready to call Jason Bell in a few minutes and talk hopefully a little bit with him about this event. They've made some changes to even try to make it even better for folks, right? Increasing their chances. But Sean, I know you would agree that, hey, this is an event, even if you don't have the golden ticket, so to speak, to get your vehicle in, it's an event that you can come out and just be a showgoer and then enjoy the festivities. Ain't that right?
Yeah, it's just the atmosphere there. You're not going to match it at another event. Everybody just comes together, has a great time. And the one big difference from this year, from the last 2 years, my son's going to finally make his debut. He'll be with me this year. So we'll get to hang out and do everything together this year. I'm really excited to have him with me.
Hell yeah, brother! And he's a heck yeah, man! And he's just a great kid, dude. I love seeing him at shows, and it reminds me of Dom and his relationship with his dad, DJ Mays. So there's so much good stuff going on, and I would remind folks, there's sometimes you see the little negativity, especially with social media, this and that. Don't let anyone hold you down. Sean's a perfect example of how, if you kind of follow in your dreams, you network and you put in the work, things are going to be, it's going to come back full force. So, man, I appreciate you taking the time. I'm trying to think, was there anything else that we maybe missed, Sean?
No, to be honest, just everybody, if you listen to the episode and you're really interested in our raffle item, keep an eye out for a post with all information. I'll put everything. We'll list every option that's on the bead roller, so everybody knows what they're getting into. And then, yeah, just keep an eye out for a post, and if anybody else wants to donate any type of pieces or anything from their business for the auction, we truly, genuinely appreciate it. But I can't thank Jason Bell and his team enough for giving us this platform. But yeah, that's it.
Absolutely. Rose Metal Works on Instagram, a little under 2,000 followers. Go show Sean Rose some love. You'll even get a chance to see in there. We're so happy you're okay. I know it had been a long 2 months, but your tow rig is back. And he did a little video kind of before, I guess I should say during the accident, and then after. It looks brand new. And we just wish you all the success. And thank you again for coming on OLP to drop the news.
No problem, man. Thank you for supporting me from day one. I look forward to seeing all you guys mini nats.
Stay on the rise, brother. We're on to Jay Bell. Hopefully we can get him on the phone. We know we can't get Mike on the phone this week. So, Sean, be safe, brother. We'll talk soon.
All right.
Peace. Yo, so as I mentioned, we're going to transition into Tony Moore from Asphalt Army. Love this brand. But, Tony, I got to ask you first, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing well, Jason. Doing really well. Weather's getting warm there, and, we're getting ready to get out and get to some shows. We got some new shirts and stuff available here soon, so we're ready to get out and start hitting some shows and seeing some people again.
Hell yeah. Now, let's not underestimate things. You guys also did, come down to Florida back in January for Mike and John's show, Eastbound Get Down, so it was great seeing you guys down in our state around that time, but of course, the weather was a little weird, but appreciate you guys coming down.
Heck yeah. Yeah, we had a great time. It was a little cooler than we expected, but we had a blast, and we loved the venue, and just the whole vibe of the whole weekend was great. So we're, I've already talked to Mike, and we will definitely be back next year, and we're going to bring some stuff with us, and we're going to actually set up in Vin next year. So we will definitely be back.
Heck yeah. I love hearing it. Well, this episode, as you know, we're talking about mini nats because we're basically 6 weeks out, and some are kind of scratching their head going, hey, that's a month and a half away. But as you and I know, there's a lot of planning that goes into it, of course, from Jason Bell's standpoint. But we also have a part in it, right? This VIP experience. And, man, it's Asphalt Army. It's Hammered Weekend Wear. It's OLP. It's Malloy's Barbecue. DJ Mays, and of course, Sean Rose, and I don't think I'm forgetting anyone, right?
No, I think you got it all covered right there.
Yeah. And so why don't you just reinforce to everyone, if they come by and they spend a certain amount, what they get if they ask for it?
Sure, yeah. We've got these limited edition badges. We're going to do them similar to what we've done in the past. There's going to be 50 available through Asphalt Army, 50 through Hammered, and 50 through OLP. And you guys just come by, make a purchase, spend $30 or more. And for each $30 you spend, you'll get a badge. And, when we run out, we run out. So you're definitely going to want to get there quick and jump on that.
Yeah, no doubt. So basically, they come up, let's say they buy a shirt and a sticker, it's $30. They just go, hey, can I get a badge to the VIP party? And
absolutely.
And they go, well, hey, my significant other's here. I need to get another one. What do they got to do, Tony?
Yep, spend another $30.
Yeah, and it can go to the same vendor. It can go to Asphalt Army, or it could go to Hammered or OLP. And then they get the keepsake. And you helped us, as you have done the last several years. You basically put together the little keepsake badge, and that's pretty cool, man. We appreciate you doing that.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. It's always fun to do that stuff, and so, yeah, I think the badge turned out cool. I think people really dig it. I asked Eric from Graphic Disorder for the Mini Truckin Nationals logo so I could drop it in, and just basically played with the same color scheme and put together something that kind of goes along with that whole vibe. So I think people will really dig them.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And some folks have brought theirs from previous years and said, hey, man. And, we, of course, kind of punch a hole in it, I think, whenever they come through. And that badge basically kind of gets you entry into the VIP party, and it also gets you the awesome meal. So I kind of think like you spend $30, which you were probably going to spend anyways on a cool shirt or some merch,
right?
And then, oh, by the way, you get some Malloy's. I think we're going to do tacos this year, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think that's what we're doing.
Yeah, so that's going to be good. Of course, DJ Mays will be over there spinning, and I think the vibe, I mean, last year, right? Let's just focus on last year. I mean, the vibe was awesome. I know Dom was there. Some people were breakdancing. I know Hank started to kind of do the old school breakdancing, but I mean, you can't beat, all three brands kind of coming together in partnership with, of course, Sean Rose at Rose Metalworks, Malloy's Barbecue, and then DJ Mays, man. I mean, it's kick-ass, right?
Yeah, it is. It's a great time, and everybody should come and partake in the fun evening. It's Saturday night from 4:30 to 6:30, so definitely a good time. People can come over, get some grub, and just hang out and congregate for a while and catch up. It's been a long time since many of us have seen a lot of each other, and it's a good way to catch up and mingle some.
Yeah, we're hoping that LCD kind of joins us this year and kind of just to gallivant around a little bit. I know in years past we do have access sometimes to the picnic tables that makes it a little bit easier to eat as well, so we're able to move those over there. But it really just has a great vibe, and it's a little way for the three main brands, and then others, the partners, to give back. I know even Sean Rose, we heard from him, or we're going to hear from him on this episode. And what's unique is last year he was answering a lot of questions, wasn't he, with that damn bead roller?
Yeah, he was. He was busy the whole time. So a lot of people really getting into that. It's cool to see.
Yeah, now DJ Mays, what he told me, Tony, is he goes, yo, Jay, I'm down to DJ. But he goes, I just need people to please go out and download Twitch and follow DJ Mays Radio. I've seen you in there before, Tony. And I tell you what, he does a damn good job, doesn't he?
He does. Yeah, he really does. It's a good time to just, again, kind of good way to keep up with people throughout the season when we're all stuck at home in the colder temps and everybody's not able to get out. You can jump on Twitch and everybody can get in the chat room and listen to some killer music and chit chat amongst people. And it's a good time. It really is.
Yeah. And I think technically when we break it down, there's going to be kind of a new player this year because Adam Tripp, it's been announced that, he is kind of the East Coast distributor for HDWW, Hammered Weekend Wear, one of our favorite brands. And it's ironic, though, that I don't know that Ron and Hank are going to make it this year. I know Hank kind of almost got banned from Maggie Valley last year, but with Adam Tripp being in the mix, he's a great guy, and I know that in that entire region, there's a lot of good folks, but it's cool to see Adam kind of getting in a little bit. And we gotta see him get to work, man, because with Asphalt Army, the stuff it's not easy, right?
No, it's not. It's definitely a lot of work, and yeah, Adam's a great guy. So looking forward to catching up with him again too.
Yeah, I want to see him sweat a little bit because he's Mr. Him and Dizzy do such a good job with the Spark Show every August up in Sevierville. They're going to kind of walk in with their chest poked out thinking, hey, man, we're just going to pull in. This is easy. But we're going to have to kind of put them to work and see if we can get their hands to bleed a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, you know how it goes. So, again, just to recap, if you come out to Southeast Mini Truck and Nats, I gave out the dates earlier, kind of late in the month of April, you're going to have an opportunity. You're going to come in the front gates, and you're going to go first to the left, go get your Jason Bell stuff, right, for Mini Nats. That stuff sells quick.
Yep.
Then you're going to come on over, and you're going to have Asphalt Army. You're going to have Hammered Weekend Wear. You're going to have OLP. And you can pick whatever brand. If you want to go to one and spend 30, you want to go to another and spend 30, whatever you want to do, show your love to the brands and ask for the badge. Tony at Asphalt Army put those together, and then boom, it's kind of that simple.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, let me ask you this, man. Now that we got that out of the way, Asphalt Army, you guys have been doing some cool stuff. I see that you're out there posting, but you also, when we had you on before, you've been doing freelance work too, right, for many years.
Yeah. Yep.
Can you let us in on just a couple of the things maybe you've been working on, if you're allowed to say?
Yeah, let's see. Well, I've been doing some stuff for Damian Davis, of course. Yep. Got a little something that I'm working on right now with him. And a good buddy of mine from back in the day is starting his own speed shop business. And so I am actually working on logos for him right now. So hopefully soon I'll be sharing that on social media. And that's going to be an exciting venture for him. And I'm really looking forward to being a part of it. And, I've got a few other things going on too. So, yeah.
Yeah, Relaxing in the Park as well. My understanding is you also did the artwork for that show, which I mentioned earlier is going to be May 20th through May 22nd up in Festus. I keep thinking Festivus, right? But keep me honest, you did that artwork as you do every year for the club up there, the chapter.
I did, yeah. And I also did the artwork for Midwest Drag Fest, which is making a comeback this year. So definitely another show that people are going to want to try to get out to and hit.
Yeah, fantastic. You can go to Asphalt Army, as we said before when we had Tony Moore on. One unique thing that I told Mike we have to do this year is we got to work back with you. On your website, you have the 13-pack holiday cards and envelopes. That's a unique thing. You guys have some of the best holiday cards out there. I love getting one every year from you, so thank you.
Yeah,
if people wanted to have you maybe do a little custom work too, you could maybe work that in, but they got to book that ahead of time.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
that's
definitely
good stuff. Why don't you give a huge shout out to your mom, your dad, and your broski for always holding it down, and your brother's wife, dude, and your wife. You guys are always holding it down with Asphalt Army.
Yeah. Everybody. I mean, we're all getting antsy for show season to start. Marsha's been my sidekick here, helping me get all of our tax stuff done. We've actually we're ahead of the curve this year. We got all the tax stuff done, so big thanks to Marsha for helping me pull all that stuff together and get all the totals done and all that. But Blake and Emily, we're looking forward to catching up with them again here soon. And Mom and Dad, as usual, will be dragging our gear across the country with us and hitting all these shows with us. So yeah, definitely looking forward to some family time with everybody and catching up with our mini Truckin family as well.
Yeah, we love that it's a family affair with Asphalt Army. Again, a very cool name. One of my favorite kind of name brands out there in our truck scene. So we'll love what you guys do. But man, dude, I'm excited. You got me more excited about the VIP party again by OLP, Hammered Weekend Wear, Asphalt Army in conjunction with Rose Metal Works. You'll hear from Sean on this episode. Also with Malloy Barbecue, which is amazing. He does a lot of cool stuff. And then DJ Mays and Dom. So, dude, man, is there anything else you wanted to cover?
No, I think that pretty much covers everything. Yeah, we're definitely looking forward to getting back out there and seeing everybody. Mini Nats is always a great time, great show, and I'm ready to get down there again.
Dude, I'm ready if Hank doesn't come into town, doing the top ropes deal, we might have to get Blake on board, to come off the topper. You know what I mean? Not the top ropes.
Yeah.
But we love his dime. And we love your Tahoe and all the stuff that you guys do. Again, if you want to show some love to Tony Moore and his family, go to asphaltarmy.com. I love that Do That Dance sticker, man. It's one of my favorites. The shirt, of course, I repped it recently. But thanks for what you do for the scene, brother, and just stay on the rise.
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate it, and we appreciate everything that you guys do for everyone as well.
Keep it, bro. Stay blazed and confused. You know what I mean?
Heck yeah.
All right, Tony. Well, we're going to link up with you in about 6 weeks in Maggie Valley. We can't wait. Thank you for taking a couple minutes to sit down with us. And everyone, go show them some love. If nothing else, look them up on social media and give them a like or a follow. You know how we do.
Thank you again.
Hey. So last but not least, we got Jason Bell. I know he's always working hard, taking care of his family. And Jason, just wanted to say hello, and I hope you've been doing well, man.
Yes, sir. Doing good. Getting ready for the show.
Yeah, we saw you at Lone Star Throwdown. It's always real. And, man, Mini Nats is coming quick. As everyone knows, we've been saying, hey, we're about 6 weeks out from the airing of this episode on Friday. And each year, you guys try to make it even better. And I know you've kind of expanded a little bit of the pre-registrations, and all of those tickets just in the last couple of weeks have really started going out. Everyone's getting excited. What's the feeling you guys are having this year about Maggie Valley?
It's going to be packed. So we've added about 25 more spots. We're moving the vendors around a little bit to try to get more vehicles in there, but all the tickets should be in the mail, and everybody should have their tickets by now.
Excellent. Well, we've been telling people, we know last year a lot of the merchandise went quick, right? It's hot commodity. We've been suggesting to people, hey, when you roll in town, early Friday, go by the booth, get the skate decks or whatever you guys have that you're selling. I think that's their best bet, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they went quick, and we have upped the quantity on the shirts this year, and we upped the quantity on the skate decks and the metal signs. So we're going to try to have more for everybody. But yeah, I mean, you're going to have to get them quick because they go fast.
Yeah, that's a good thing. We love the atmosphere in Maggie Valley. We've told people that even if they come in just to go as a showgoer and partake in just the night festivities, right, cruising down the street, and everybody loves it. The vibe continues to be that the city, my understanding, continues to support whatever you guys do, and that's a fantastic thing.
Yeah, I mean, they love us coming. They love seeing the parade and the trucks cruising. It's all positive from them. As long as we obey their rules, they're good for letting us do what we do.
Yep, and that's a great thing. I know, oftentimes the amount of vehicles that are there, it's hard to even for me to go around and take photos of all of them. We've seen Street Trucks and All Time Low magazine and some of just the amazing coverage. It can't be an easy task for you and your staff to judge all those vehicles.
It's crazy. So basically Saturday night we sit down for about 2.5, 3 hours and just go through numbers, and that's all it is numbers. And it takes a while, and they're wore out from walking around all day. And there's a couple they have to go back and hit on Sunday morning, but usually we try to get it done by Saturday afternoon. That way we can get it all done and get everything ready.
Oh, yeah. The stage is great, and I know last year, there was a tremendous amount of support from the mini truck community to raise funds. I know everyone heard a little bit ago from Sean Rose from Rose Metalworks about what they've got going on, but does it ever just kind of hit you in your heart a little bit to say, wow, man, look at all of the folks that are just giving and giving and giving to help others for the different auctions you guys do?
I don't even know what to say about that. It's crazy to me to stand up there on the stage and just watch people want to help. I mean, I think this year the people that the money's going to is actually going to be at the show if they're able to, but I don't know. Sean's got to stay on the other, because if we look at each other, we're both going to cry. We can't have that. But it's crazy to me to think that people want to help that much.
Yeah, he mentioned Ashley Herman. There's, a big push to help her and her husband Ryan this year. And obviously we know there's a lot of folks out there, but it's great. We've seen Greg Miller at shows, and we've seen show promoters like you and so many others continue to give, and it's amazing efforts there. We know the rules are the rules, and we can't stress enough that folks cannot forget their ticket. I've told people, hey, if you're trailering something there, put it in the glove box of that vehicle. Do whatever you got to do. But for the most part, it seemed like last year was pretty smooth. But that's the main thing, right? Bring your golden ticket.
Have the ticket in your hand at the gate.
And it's
that's
easy.
the main. It's easy.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you go to a concert, you got to have a ticket. Same thing. You got to have a ticket.
Yeah, and it's one of the unique shows throughout the country that gives out. You think about this digital world that we live in. Oftentimes things are on our phone. I really love the excitement of people getting and receiving that ticket in the mail, and then being able to post about it and that excitement level. It's just a unique thing, and we love that you guys do that.
Right. Yeah. It's a pain trying to stuff 775 tickets and get them to the right place.
Right.
But
you guys make it happen.
That's right.
Before, I wanted to ask you, I wanted to reinforce, Full Size Society and Mini Truckers Union in a moment, but was there anything else? Maybe, again, I know this is kind of quick and tight, but really I think with the effort that you guys put on from a team perspective, a lot of things, there's a lot of thought process put into it, but maybe any other things you want to mention before we just pivot for a moment?
Yeah, we got to thank Airlift Performance for being the title sponsor of the show. They hook us up with a complete 3-piece setup, which is compressor, tank, valves, everything you need. And we give it away on Sunday afternoon at awards. So we've got to thank them, and Graphic Disorder for doing the artwork and the shirts and hats and all the printing stuff for us. I mean, we couldn't do it without the sponsors. Kicker. Yeah. I mean, everybody comes together, and that's what it's all about. And we try to give as much back as we possibly can.
Yep. Yeah, it's a big operation. Folks may not realize, we've kind of mentioned this before, when you have a big show like this, there's a lot of things that have to be taken into consideration. We ask everyone, respect the city when you come in town. We've been talking about this now for a while, and I would remind everyone, keep me honest, Jay, we're basically, it's April 22nd 23rd, 24th, Maggie Valley, North Carolina. You'd have to be sleeping under a rock if you're a part of the mini truck scene and not know what's going down.
That's right.
Before we let you go, I wanted to say, I tell you what, when you go to minitruckinnats.com and you hover over online store, you of course see the business that you guys are associated with, Bell's Rod Shop, Full Size Society, and Mini Truckers Union. I love that you guys are traveling throughout the U.S. and selling merch, but also some of the awesome artwork that Graphic Disorder has done for you guys. Eddie Gordy's Cookies and Cream and some of the other vehicles that have been featured. You guys are really making your mark, and we love what you guys are doing.
And we're just trying to keep up with everybody else, I try to put on a shirt what inspires me and what I like to see, and it works.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Graphic Disorder, they knock it out of the park every time.
Yep. Makes our life a little bit easier, right? I've told people before, if your merch is slacking, you got to get with Graphic Disorder, and they have made things. I actually was working on a little spreadsheet tonight trying to finalize some things, and we appreciate them. But, hey, Jay, I know you're always taking care of your family. You're a good family dude, and you're out there representing the scene, giving back with this show, but also going above and beyond with charities and things like that, charity-type contributions. We thank you for your time, brother, and we can't wait to see you in about 6 weeks. And I'm sorry we keep reinforcing that because I know it's going to come quicker than that for you guys.
Yeah, 6 weeks. I got to get busy.
You're like, I got to go, homie.
Yeah.
Well, J Bell, you got great initials like JB, me, and I really appreciate you, brother. So be safe. We wish you luck the next few weeks, and we'll see you late April in Maggie Valley, North Carolina.
All right, man. We'll see you.
We got you. All right, everyone. So there you have it. It's a wrap. Hopefully you enjoyed, a little bit of a mix. Obviously, at the beginning, we had Lauren. We talked about Orange Beach Invasion, which is coming pretty quick in 2 weeks. We want to thank Mini Truck Showdown, which obviously is the first weekend in June. So if you want to come on out, I'm excited about it. Something other than SEMA to kind of bring me out to Vegas. It looks like I might be going solo. Going to try to get the missus to go, maybe hang out, do some other things as well. But we want to thank Mini Truck Showdown for all the support. But Jay Bell, dude, you killed it. We certainly appreciate you taking a few minutes, and we're excited about Mini Truckin' Nats in 6 weeks, Maggie Valley, North Carolina. Have a great weekend, y'all. We'll hit you next week, hopefully, Lord willing, with another episode of Our Lifestyle, the podcast, which, by the way, is going to be episode 280. So stay on the rise. We got you.